Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum class. A very warm welcome to English grade 9. I hope that you're doing well. Students, if I'm audible, you can raise your hands if you're having an issue, and then you can unmute yourself and type it in the chat box. So students, for English 9 today, we are having our lecture 3B, and the SLO is very much familiar, and this will be like a revision lecture. Why? Because it covers all of the things that we have already studied. हमने parts of speech भी सारे cover किए हैं. We have covered the tenses. We are still covering most of them. We have covered the sentence structures. अपने last lecture में हमने subject plus verb plus object, ये सारे sentence structures, patterns को discuss किया था. And in this lecture, we are going to again revise these basics of parts of speech. So let's see. The SLO says, apply knowledge of parts of speech, tenses, sentence structure, and other features of grammar and vocabulary to understand how the language functions in different contexts, make effective choices for meaning or style while reading, listening, and writing. So we are clear that in writing, in listening, and in reading, and even in our speech, in our speaking competency, we have a very good utilization of these grammatical rules. So we have covered so many topics and worksheets, skill sheets, and question banks. Now, if you practice all together, all of these important points in this learning outcome, you can successfully achieve this student's learning outcome and learn it accordingly. So recall the basic grammar lessons and concepts we have covered in previous lessons. First, let's talk about the parts of speech. When we are talking about language, it is converted, it is actually having small packets, small kinds of units, and you can classify each word in different parts of speech, like noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, interjection, conjunction, prepositions, etc. There are articles that you can use, and then there are some helping verbs, main verbs when we are talking about verbs, transitive, intransitive, regular, irregular, modal verbs, helping verbs, linking verbs, etc. And if you talk about nouns, we have different kinds of nouns: compound noun, abstract noun, material noun. So keeping all these different parts of speech and their categories in your mind, and then move forward to the tenses, where we have covered past, present, and future with 4 different variations: simple, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous, right? And when we talk about sentence structure, we know that the sentence is divided in different parts. There is a subject, there is a verb, object, direct or indirect, then we have complement, and so on. And we also have verb. So let's talk about choosing the correct verb from the list below to complete the following sentences. So we have this word bank, a list of different words that we need to use in order to actually, this is also present over here for your help. What you are supposed to do is solve this activity with me, be very vocal, give your feedback. So I need your attention. Now we have this one, number 1. I blank breakfast at 7 every morning. So what kind of verb do you think is appropriate to be adding here? Is it eat? Yes. We are clear about it. All right. He always blank a suit to work. Which verb is the correct one to put over here? Is it wear? Is it buy, brush, do? So which one is it? What do we do suits with, suits or clothes? Do we eat them, buy them, or wear them? We wear them, yes. Alright. Similarly, the teacher, number 3, the teacher blank classroom at the front of the, alright. So, yes, stand at front of the classroom. So you can say that. So, he brush, right? His teeth 3 times a day. So now, where is brush? Yes. So यहाँ पे ब्रश आएगा या हम कुछ एडिशन करेंगे? ब्रशेस ही के साथ हम क्या लगाएंगे? थर्ड पर्सन के साथ we add s or es, right? We usually blank weekend. We usually our groceries on the weekend. What? We buy our groceries. He a meeting every morning. Yes. Take, can it be take या do हो सकता है? Take या do? Yes. Have भी हो सकता है? Yes. He has a meeting every morning. अब have तो नहीं लगाएंगे ना इसके साथ. क्या लगाएंगे? Has, because we have a third person, he. She often blank chicken for dinner. Very easy. Is it eat? Yes. Yes. She often or often, is it eat or do we need to add something? She eats. Yes. यही चीज हमने clearly follow करनी है when we are writing our answers. कि क्या हम simple verb लिखेंगे या उसमें s और es की addition करेंगे? Alright. They the bus to school every day. They take, is it take or make? You take the bus. Yes. They take the bus. Next, we often watch television in the evening. There's a slight problem over here, but we can shuffle it. We often, is it watch? Yes. Watch आएगा या watches आएगा? Watch, because we have a plural subject, a plural pronoun. So it is more than one. We do not need to add any s or es with it. He, yes. कौन बताएगा इसका? He does work. He listen. Yes, it's actually he listened to the radio on his way to work. You can. He listen. What do we do with radios? We listen. With TV, we watch, right? And also we are watching and listening at the same time. But when we are talking about radio or such things, we are actually, or the audiobooks, we are actually listening to the audiobooks or the radio.
The teacher speaks 3 languages.
Yes. A mechanic, what? Fix. Yes. Fix cars. She, the dishes after dinner.
She washes.
Yes, washes. What about this one? Last one. They blank coffee every morning. Take, drink भी कर सकते हैं. Isn't drink more appropriate?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So you can say they buy coffee every morning, but buy is very general. We have to be specific. What do they do with the tea or the coffee? They drink it, right? So, जितना आप specific हो सकते हैं options में, एक जगह पे है buy, एक पे है take, एक पे है drink. Which one is more appropriate? Yes, drinking or taking tea, having tea, drinking tea. So, we have to look for the context and the closest verb that we find. Now, if you remember that students, we have covered different sentence patterns. Last lecture mein, S plus V, we covered S plus V plus C, S plus V plus O. इस तरह के सारे पैटर्न्स हमने कवर किए थे. Now when you are reading anything, क्या आप उन सेंटेंस पैटर्न्स को आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हैं? If there is a subject, if there is a object or a verb, can you categorize that ये subject, ये जो sentence है इसका ये subject जो है sentence pattern है. Let's see. Pick sentences from this paragraph and classify them according to the discussed sentence patterns. कितने हमने patterns discuss किए थे in the last lecture? 6 patterns हमने discuss किए थे. Now, the lack of proper sanitation facilities in tandem with the water shortage has increased the health risks for our residents. Now, what are we talking about? The lack of proper sanitation facilities in tandem with the water shortage. We are talking about this, right? And this is the predicate. Has increased the health risks for our residents. ये हमारा subject होगा, वो हमारा predicate, but we can further divide it. Has increased. ये हमारा verb हो गया. And what has it increased? Then we have the remaining object. So इस तरह you have to select the subject, the verb, वो helping verb भी हो सकता है और main verb and even helping plus main verb. Then you have to decide कि कौन सा object है. If you are having two objects, one that is taking the action directly is your direct object, and the one which is being taken the action indirectly is called your indirect object. So this is what you're supposed to do, and you can access it from the book as well. You can take a screenshot, write this down when you get the PPT and identify the sentence patterns. This is the part of the previous slide. Now, another thing that we talked about was जो कि grammar में sentence की making में आता है, that is transitional devices. Those words which we use, that we use to connect ideas, phrases, sentences together, ताकि उसमें एक logical flow हो. Now, how many transitional words do you remember? Yes. Can you name 3 transitional words? Can anyone name 3 transitional words that we often use, that we are using all the time basically?
First, next,
First, second, third, lastly,
next,
and
then,
last year, last month, next
okay.
year.
However, furthermore, moreover, therefore. तो ये क्या है words? They are linking our ideas together. Alright? And what else? On the other hand, एक word का भी transitional word हो सकता है. A transitional device, it can be made up of 2 or 3 words as well. On the other hand, as a matter of fact, in opposition of, on the contrary, these are all the transitional words. All right, let's see how many of you get correct. I love to read. I also enjoy watching movies. ये part है and ये part है. We need something to connect, to make sense. Yes? Yes, in addition. Why? क्योंकि however तो opposition के लिए हो जाएगा. This is for showing something opposite. However, जिसको हम उर्दू में क्या कहते हैं? अलबत्ता. अलबत्ता कहते हैं हम किसी चीज की अब उसके मुखालिफ कुछ बताने को. फॉर एग्जाम्पल भी यहां नहीं आएगा, तो इन एडिशन. ऑलराइट, it was raining heavily. We decided to stay indoors. बारिश हुई, हमने घर रहने का फैसला किया. Yes, therefore. Yes. Can it be as a result? Can be more appropriate, but यहाँ पे therefore is also
Therefore, it is
important.
appropriate.
Yes, thus भी हो सकता है, THU as thus, therefore, as a result, consequently, बहुत सारे ट्रांजिशनल वर्ड्स हैं, बट हमने वो चूज करना है जो ज्यादा अप्रोप्रिएट है. दे आर सर्विंग द सेम पर्पस, लेकिन इंटेंसिटी देखेंगे कि कौन सा वाला किस सेंटेंस के साथ जाएगा. नेक्स्ट वन, द बुक was very interesting. I couldn't put it down. So, yes, as a result, yeah, the book was very interesting कि मैं उसे रख ही नहीं सका. I had read it all. I read all of the book in one sitting. All right. She is a talented singer. She's also a skilled dancer or whatever. Now, in addition, I like to travel. I have visited many countries. Yes. In conclusion, is it more appropriate? हम एग्जाम्पल्स तो तब देंगे ना कि हमने कौन कौन सी कंट्रीज को विजिट किया. As a result is more appropriate over here. All right. So we have seen that how do we use transitional words. हम conjunctions को भी इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं, जो कि हमें पता है, हमने एक से ज्यादा मर्तबा conjunctions को रिवाइज किया है, that they are coordinating conjunctions. Fanboys वाले conjunctions कौन से हैं? Coordinating conjunctions. Correlative जो pairs में आते हैं, और and subordinating जो के clauses को मिलाने के लिए, subordinating clause को independent के साथ connect करने के लिए हम clauses को use करते हैं. Clear है? So now you can watch this simulation link later on for additional information. The worksheet here, this one is about using the present simple tense in simple, affirmative and also in the negative sense. हमने ये भी देखा था कि हम किस तरह negative interrogative को बना सकते हैं, interrogative sentence को किस तरह बना सकते हैं in the present form. Now here are the resources, and we can also go through our worksheet. Yes, let me go take you to the worksheet. जिसमें first we will cover the present simple in positive and negative, and then we also have a question bank where we have mixed all these different grammatical topics so that you can solve them. ये देखें, this is your worksheet that you're supposed to do. Yes, both positive and negative. And we have another resource.
Sir.
Yes, beta. Who's it? Yes. All right. This is your question bank. Yes. All right, let's continue. Which is the verb tense used to express an action that is happening right now? Yes, present tense. और उसमें भी continuous, something that is happening as it is happening in the process, then it's in present tense or present continuous. So students, since we are short of time, you have to solve all these questions in the question bank, जहां पे you also have additional questions about tenses, and you also have questions about sentence structure that we have read, and also parts of speech. All right, this is all about today's lecture. This was a revision lecture. I hope that you are not missing any of these lectures. They are connected, and then the last lecture, which was very important, you need to understand the sentence structure. So if you have any kind of question, dear students, you can ask it right now. Now is the time to take up your questions and doubts and your comments. Yes, all right. I hope that everything is clear. I'll see you in the next video lesson with another competency, another topic. Till then, take care of yourselves and